Back with another live. Already know. Once again, prepared to do one of these all nighters into the morning. If you're catching this on playback, as always, my gratitude and appreciation for those who take the time out to catch some of this on the playback and tap in with these lives. If you guys are from the semen retention side of the game, I haven't seen content dropped on semen retention in a little bit. I made a decision to just get more interaction off of these lives, bring more awareness to the channel, to the platform that I've created, and encourage the guys who come along these lives to, head over to the content and check it out. I get more and more guys who always inquire on these lives. What is semen retention? What is, what I mean? Guys who are struggling, who aren't aware of the information for whatever reason. Guys always harping on just getting out of relationships or trying to get over a female or getting their heart broken. And they seem to come through these lives and ask me certain questions. So I always advise them, check out the semen retention content. Go over there on my platform. That's the bulk of my content. So once again, guys, I appreciate you catching this on playback. The title of this live, before I have more people roll in, what's right with you? And let me say this in in a more proper way. What is right with you? When you come across people, you come across maybe people close to you, family, friends, or whatever the case may be. It always starts off if they see you, whatever you may be going through, if they can pick up some energy off of you, or they see your face scrunched up, they see you a little bit out of sorts, in a funk or whatever the case may be, whether it be coworkers, family, or friends, they always say, "What's wrong? What's wrong with you?" This has a negative connotation over yourself, over your vessel, over your life. And even we as people say the same thing. What's wrong with you? We got to change up our speech patterns. We have to change the way that we interact with each other. Wakey wakes, peace. And what's right with you? Once again, as people roll in, please do me a favor. Chris Gonzalez, peace, brother. Glad you're here tonight. Once again, folks, peoples, as you roll in, do me a favor and double tap your screen to hit the likes that have this live reach to the algorithm. And then also in the upper right hand, three buttons in your upper right hand of your device, drop down. You can hit the like for me. Do me that favor. It helps get this video out. Trip the algorithm and get it out to more people. And as people roll in, let me just say my greetings, man, as I catch up. Uh, Hello, my name is Pascal, and I'm handicapped from the bottom of my core. Peace to you, Pascal. Hope all is well with you. Once again, Chris Gonzalez, peace to you. L'Oreal says, "Do you have any pets?" No. But peace to you as you rolling in. Chris Gonzalez says something real. I'm on it right now. What is right with you? Instead of saying to people or people saying to you, the common thing of what's wrong? What's wrong with you? This is unconsciously spreading negativity or getting you to talk about something negative that may be wrong with you. So I'm just here tonight to ask the people as y'all roll in. And for those who catch the title of it, the title of this live right now, and we still early in the chat. It's only been 5 minutes since been on live. But once again, what is right with you? This has to do with spreading positivity. I want to know what's right with you. We all face problems. We all stress at times. We all go through certain things in life that can bring us down, can shift our energy and stuff like that. But I'm one and I'm here to shift you out of that mindset, out of that energy. Where I'm from on the East Coast, is a certain dialect that we use and certain lingo that we use where we say when we greet someone, "What's good, bro?" Or "What's good? What's good?" Or in the context of this title, "What's right with you?" Don't need 15. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles. Armando Perez, man, that's peace, brother. You already know. Hey, bro, your beer is fresh. I appreciate that, man. And once again, I'm going another night with some dim light, getting more intimate with the lives and with the people as they roll in, just giving a different vibe every now and then, switching it up. Mono says, "What up, gangster?" I'm chilling, man. Peace. Jay Walker, what up, my dude? How you doing? I'm doing great, brother. Just trying to spread some positivity and seeing what is right with the people. I don't want to hear, well, if you got things going on in your life, you need some advice how to, shift up out of that funk that you may be in or going through certain things and that's in your life. I want to get out of that. And Sune Patel, I thank you for that gift sent. Astro Planny says, "Can I have someone's YouTube channel?" Do you like scissor? UBC for life. Peace to you, man. Prince Cash, you out. Peace, brother. How you doing tonight, man? Somebody giving me the bombastic side eye. That's okay. Positive thoughts from Wyoming, Jay Walker, for sure, for sure. Exploit. Scripture says, God bless. God bless you too, brother. Trump says, don't do drugs. This is what happens to you. Become a loser on YouTube. For sure, for sure. That's right. Guitar Kisser says, nice hat. Looks good on you. I appreciate it, man. Shelly Gordon says, Eastside Compton. Shouts out to Cali. Shouts out to Compton. Boy, bull. Yo, bros. Armando Perez says, nothing much is usually my response, really thinking about it. I don't know, honestly. Nothing much. And Prince U Cash Out says, cool. How about you? Hey man, I'm chilling, ready to spread some positivity to the people. Also ready for the trolls and agents to come in to distract and do all this other stuff. But it's all good because I get, more positive ways out the negative. You feel me? It's really good to see you spreading positivity and love for all mankind. Hey, Jay Walker, man, it's my duty. It's my duty to come on here and give a little bit of my light to the people out there. Yesterday I was on the live and one of my loyal subscribers, man, once somebody that's loyal that's always pops up in the live that I met through these lives, man. He's going through a rough time. He's going through a rough time. And he has some things going on personally. I won't put out his business all like that, unless he comes in here and shares. But I was just telling him, you got to get through the day because what's happened in that day that puts you down in that vibration, that puts you down in your mood. You just got to work through it. You got to be strong. It's a test to testing you, make you stronger, dealing with certain things with family and personal life. But when that new day rolls over, you got to focus on what is right with you and not dwell in the past or those things that are hurting you in that moment. Now that you have seen a new day, and that's what kind of inspired me to come on and shift the mindset of the people. Once again, as y'all rolling in, I appreciate the love. Shelly Gordon says, nice to see you look like you're in a happy space. Hey, just spreading some of that happiness to the people. That's it. You feel what saying, Shelly Gordon? Always good to hear you, inspiring, listening while driving. T-Naz, I appreciate you, sis, love. Don't be too distracted while you're driving. Make sure you get to wherever you get to. If you getting home, make sure you get home safe, sis. Love. Chris Gonzalez said you didn't keep your word. What did I keep my word on, brother? Let me know. Hello, did you know that? Okay. Yeah, I did know that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. If your memories were replaced one by one, at what point would you no longer be you? I'm not sure about that question, but I need my memories. My memories hold a lot of information, a lot of wisdom, a lot of teaching points in my memories. So I wouldn't change anything. Billy Demon says, I have a question. Shoot it. Jay Walker says, God bless you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you too, man, for being here. And you're welcome, Tinaz. God bless you too. Nathan Vader. Shout out Nipsey Hustle, man. Rest in peace. Rest in power. The late great Nipsey Hustle. My dad told me all. Okay. Yo, can you tap into your memory bank? Yeah. Meditation helps tapping into your memory bank, processing, thoughts and stuff like that from your memories. But don't dwell on the past too much. Y'all remember to always keep a cigarette lighter in case somebody on the real Genu. Can I share something with y'all about my life? The real Genu or Jinu. Peace to you. And whatever you would like to share, go ahead. Share with the people. Greg Masters, peace to you, brother. What's good, bro? You see what I mean? There's certain lingo that certain people use. What's good? Title of this live in the beginning, and you know how certain topics can go all over the place. But Greg Masters, everything is good right now. You feel what I'm saying? Another night on this live. I made it. Doing great. But when you come across some people and you could tell like their energy off, or they down in the dumps, they got their face scrunched up, they say, what's wrong with you? And that brings out the negative in people. Talking about negative things. It gets them geared to talk about what's stressing them out, what's really wrong with them. I'm just here tonight to ask, what's right with you? Let me know some positive things about you, people. Armando Perez says, I remember stuff from when I was 3. That's what's up. Not many people could tap into their memory bank that far back. It's best to do yoga than weightlifting. Candace Vaughn says, why you can't do both? Bronze Golden, peace says, how you doing, love? What's the word for tonight? What's right with you? Uh, My dad has been on my back a lot, but always babies. My little sister. Well, your man is trying. Your father's trying to toughen you up a little bit. It seems like trying to make a man out of you. And then baby girl is gonna be baby girl. You feel me? The prodigal son says, "But why they even addressed you like that?" Boss, I don't know. Hopefully, no trolls tonight. No, there's gonna be trolls every night, brother. Every time there's gonna be trolls. It wouldn't. The internet wouldn't be the internet without the trolls. Bronze Golden says, "My heart is right. Your heart is in the right place. Your heart is in the right posture." I love that. I love that for you. That's a great answer. That's what's up. Every day above ground is another day to move forward. God bless. Here's to 2026. Shouts out to Prodigal Son. And yes, I was just speaking on that. A brother that's always on here on these lives. He expressed that he's going through some hard times right now, and moving forward out of the day into a new one with some positive energy. And it made me think about him doing this title. Not focusing on the wrong, what's going wrong in the current moment. Yesterday, it was what he shared was I can put you in a setting where you just that for the day. You just got to move through it. But when you get that next day and you're able to turn things around, focus on what is right with you. Jamel says, "Cool hat." I appreciate it. J Rock, you used the box a little bit, bro. Nothing too crazy. Copper Brad says, "Peace." Well, says hi, peace to you, Cappy Barra Gaming. And I appreciate the sub. When I was at school, I got in trouble for the dumbest. Oh my God. Caden Shern. Are you from Philly? J Rock says, "No, I'm not from Philly. I'm originally from New Jersey." Radical Man says, "Hello, peace." Hey, it's me again. I just changed my profile picture. That's cool. Do what you got to do. Knowing that all people are created equally, always. Be sure about that. Doesn't always seem like that, even when not arguing or I didn't start it. He yells only at me. You can't do both because one wouldn't want to service to masters. Stretching is more natural way to form the body with ease. Candace Vaughn says, talking about doing yoga is the best and better than lifting weights. One has nothing to do with the other though, brother. So to me, I don't really care what you're talking about. Lifting weights builds muscle, and yoga is stretching. So I don't. You can say whatever you want. If that's your belief, then go ahead. It's not going to stop me from lifting weights. I don't know what you're trying to get to, but thank you for sharing. What's the worst thing a black man can do? Is make deals with Lucifer for a meal and turn against his community to help his enemies. Shelley Gordon says. You're talking about a sellout. Shelley Gordon. Yeah, people who sell out and sell their people short is betrayal. Capybara Gaming says, for real, this stream is calming. That's what I like to bring to the people, man. Calmer side of YouTube. Do you stream every day? And Shelly Gordon says that hat is Ralph Lauren. Nah, it's the late great Nipsey Hussle's brand. The Marathon Clothing. It's an independent brand that he created. And every now and then I show my support to the late great Nipsey Hussle. Hopefully the money I spend on the clothing on his clothing brand goes to something good, to his family, to his loved ones that are still around. I know his brother is still, doing a lot of business in honor of his name, pushing, their movement forward. Bronze Golden says, "What's right about you?" I'm not gonna copy you, Bronze Golden, but my spirit is right. Making sure that I'm doing things out of the spirit of love, out of peace, and spreading that energy, moving around with a certain spirit is very important to me, and not letting anyone deter me or shake me out of that energy. Stand on my square, how I stand, whether people may deem me right or wrong or whatever the case may be. I will hold to be right in spirit and then spread that energy around. That's what I come here to do. Once again, I was thinking about my brother from yesterday, man, and that's how I know I'm right within my spirit of caring, showing some care. Because I thought about him today. I was going to reach out to him too. Um, I was going to leave him alone. You know what I mean? If he pops up in the live, he pops up. If he's watching in the shadows, just watching, it's cool too. But when people say they pray for you and they thoughts and prayers, like my thoughts was really with the brother earlier today. So, that's one of the things, man, just thinking about people. And I haven't met the brother in person or whatever, but just his support and me starting this channel, going live and him always coming through to support. You end up gaining a respect for people, a genuine connection with people, especially with the topics that we talk about, and understanding that, you could connect with people with like minds. So um, just being right in spirit, having that caring place in my heart. Let me know that I'm on the right path. I'm on the right vibration. What you up to, Unc? Doc Holiday says, "Hey, man, I'm here, man. Trying to spread some love and positivity to the people." Layla says, "Hi, peace to you." Candace Vaughn says, "Why would you ask for us to share something you don't care with? That I don't care with? You should have never asked." Mean as Unc. Um, Candace Vaughn, you stated that you didn't share anything that was really like noteworthy. You said one thing was better than the other. I don't know what more else you want me to say about that, but if you take that as mean, then I guess that's how you feel. My feelings aren't in it. I said what I said. Um, if I don't care about it, I'm going to tell you I don't care. I'm sorry for, if I offended you in any way, Candace Vaughn. But I'm not going to compare yoga to weightlifting and say one is better than the other. They both have its uses when applied the right way. And that's my opinion. You have your opinion. Dang, so stretching is great for the body, and so is strength training. And having a balance is key to longevity, but not going extreme on one or the other. They work together. And Mitch, that's what I was saying. Placing one better than the other means what? That's what I'm saying. Means what? Doesn't mean anything. You can do both at the same time, and both can be best for your body. Isn't that the purpose of it? It's not that one is better than the other or one is lesser than the other. That's why I say I don't care. That subject is subjective and objective. So that's why I say I don't care, because you want to argue and I don't care to argue. That's what I don't care about. How long have you been doing YouTube? 3 years since 2022, December of 2022. So I just hit the 3 year mark in 2025, December, going into 4 years. Okay, so I'm wondering too. Jasmine Jones, peace to you. Do you stream every day? It's weird because I'm subscribed to you and never get any notifications. Jasmine Jones, I thank you for being here, sis, and thank you for catching a live tonight. Uh, so for the most part, since I don't know what day, but I've been streaming for the most part every day over the course of this week. But previous weeks has been like every other day, or I'll do 2 days, take a break, and then come on. So as long as the time permits, if I'm not too busy, you feel what I'm saying? I'll come on and stream every night. But turn on your notifications, if that helps. If you're really interested, when I go live, I appreciate that. So that way you don't got to search. You know what I mean? You could just hit the notifications, make an alert, and then you'll always get a alert on your side on your device that Crowd of Boyz is live. So you don't miss the stream. Candace Vaughn says, if you want to put your dukes up, we can do it. I'll put some knuckle sandwiches on your cranium, God. Um, Stick to your yoga, man. I advise you to stick to your yoga, do your stretches, and it seems like you need to breathe. Do your breathing exercises with your yoga so you're not so aggressive with me. Why you gotta be so aggressive? I thought you said yoga was the best. You're not supposed to be that aggressive like that when you practice yoga. I thought that was the best. Obviously, it's not bringing out the best in you. Oh man, James, how are you? I'm doing great, man. What is right with you? Javari, peace, brother. Hope all is well with you. Great to see you in here tonight. Hope you're well, man. 230 days retention. I'm going crazy. Yeah, man. Jonathan, Nolan, peace to you. And that's a great achievement, man. Keep it going, brother. Stay disciplined. He also say he can't sleep. Yeah, that's that energy, bro. That's that natural energy that's gonna keep it's that life force energy that's gonna help you with that vibrant lifestyle. So I know it can be tough, not getting sleep, feels like you need to be doing something, or you know what I mean, it's keeping you up. Try your best to exercise, burn some of that energy off. Using your eyes to read. That'll tire your eyes out. That always helps me. And rolling, Best says, I like the treadmill. Yeah, running. Candace Vaughn, you like that, right? I'll be in and out tonight because I'm at work. Be right back. All right, Bronze Golden. Get your money, sis. Rolling Best. Where are you from? I'm originally from Jersey. Right now, I am located in Pennsylvania. And Mitch says, and there are seasons to everything. Yes, absolutely. That's a fact. Are you Aries or a Sagittarius or Leo? Rolanda the best. I'm sorry, Rolanda the best. Now that I'm really seeing your name. No, I'm a Cancer. And Karina says, you said you ain't arguing with nobody. Yeah, I'm trying to refrain from arguing from with anyone tonight. I'm trying to keep the vibes cool. I'm trying to keep the vibes right. We need to be in a right vibration. So that's why I titled it, What is Right with You? Don't tell me something wrong. But if we go there, I could go there. It's okay. It's just gonna let me know who's combative, right? And who's chill. It's only gonna reveal itself. This is how I'm approaching it, right? If I'm coming here in peace, if I'm coming here with solitude and right mind state and asking people what is right with you, and then you want to argue with me, the problem ain't me. You greet people and meet people with respect. And then when it goes another way, I'll be comfortable with saying, "Hey, listen, I didn't come to you with any grievance or being combative. That's not me." You feel what I'm saying, Karina? Karina? Big Jack says, "Days is never ending." How much burpees did you do today? Damn it, man. You need to get that workout in. I ain't do no burpees today, man. Big Jack says, "Master got me working." Yeah, I hear that, Big Jack. But keep grinding, brother. And whatever you're working towards, man, you have to put more energy into that to break you up out of that. Rolanda says, "You look like Marvin Gaye." That's funny. Yeah, I've gotten that before. Especially if I take this hat off with my little fro, I look more and more uh like Marvin Gaye. But that's my guy right there. That's one of my favorite singers, R&B singers. Vocals, top tier. But once again, I'm glad for everybody coming in here tonight. If you're in here, just trying to set the mood, right vibration for the people. Jasmine Jones says, "Well, I'm a unsub and sub again. See if that works. Hope you had a great day and so happy to see you." I'm happy to see you too, Jasmine Jones, and hope that works too. But once again, I hope the people that are also sub to the channel and stuff like that, especially with new subs, I hope they get these notifications that your boy's been going live. And once again, if you are subbed and you in here, bell notifications, doing that solid. And I know other content creators, they have that problem as well with certain, people who are sub to their channel. They don't get the notifications and stuff like that. But it's all good. It's part of the YouTube game. Tisha West says, "So what changed in your life that you're on more often?" Tisha says, "My motivation, as bro earlier said, Massa having him working under his clock. Me, myself, I don't want to be under nobody's clock. I would like to be on my own terms doing what I like to do, as we all have that God-given right, but we've been conditioned to move a different way. So what changed in my life is my mindset, not chasing a buck, not chasing material things, and then also spreading a certain message that was placed upon me, really taking time in my solitude and in my life and looking at where my life is directing me and just following the steps. So just a sudden change of mindset and not working for the dollar, but making the dollar work for me. Becoming the attraction instead of chasing. I've been thinking about live streaming, but I think it doesn't suit me. I always been behind the scenes type. Me too, Greg Masters. I expressed this before. I'm the type to, if I'm out in public, I like to be a fly on the wall. I like to fall back first, be in the shadows, see what's going on. I don't like too much attention on myself. Contrary to belief, I don't seek the attention. I'm not an attention seeker. So I tend to play the background. I didn't think live streaming was for me too. Even if you go on my content, like I'm being dead serious. Like if you go on my YouTube channel with my semen retention content, right? All my audios, these are audios. So that means there aren't videos, they're audios. I'm just speaking. And I put artwork up as a thumbnail and as part of the audios because I didn't want to show my face. I don't want to be seen like that. I just want to give out the information. But once again, as someone asks, when you get a calling and you're given instruction to do certain things, that's what you got to do. I got a certain download that said you need to show your face. The people need to see you. So I just follow divine instruction, if you will. So sometimes the hardest thing or the thing that you don't want to do, that's the thing you have to do. So I encourage you, Greg Masters, do it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it too much. Because if you had that thought come across, and you've been thinking about it, but you think you got to do it. It's the uncomfortable things you have to do. You feel me? Stephen Eats Alone says, my wife's boyfriend has that same. That's funny as hell. Jasmine Jones says, he really just said, my wife. Yeah, right. What do you want to say about Black He Black Hebrew Israelites? I don't really have nothing to say. I don't have nothing to say about them. God bless them and on their ideology. That's all I have to say. Jonathan Nolan says, never thought about that. Read more. Yeah, read. You need to read, bro. And not just for the information part, but for real, use those eyes. You know how on seam retention, and I know some guys might be in here, they don't know about seam retention, but we talk about the eye contact. But your eyes are the portal. So not just reading, whatever you're into, whatever your hobby is, just read up on some stuff and do an in-depth reading. But as you read, your eyes start to get tired. So once again, that'll help you out. Greg Masters, when's your birthday, man? And Rolanda Best, yes, Cancer. Have you ever heard the story about the tiger and the donkey? Mitch says. No. Rolanda Best says, you got nice teeth. Thank you. I appreciate that. Karina Karina Garita says, take the hat off so we can see. Nah, man, y'all make fun of me too much. Says 10 push-ups, sir. Rolanda Best, a DC native. I'm also from DC. That's what's up, Rolanda Best. I got family in DC and in Maryland area. And it's been a minute since I've been to DC. It's been a couple years. Aquaman, what's the thoughts? And thank you, Rolanda Best. If you are subscribed, learn to trade and do your own thing then. 7 7 swords. 7 7 swords. Are you talking to me by saying learn to trade and do your own thing? I'm already doing my own thing, sir. That's why I have the benefit to come on daily on these lives and talk to these people. I'm not on here during the day. I got things to do during the day. You feel me? But I don't punch in. You hear me? Everything is not for everybody. And you know how they say mind your business? I mind my business. So I suggest you do yours too and not be in everyone else's business. There there's not going to be many options in the future. That's cool, brother. I don't like people, but I'm trying to get better at trying. Rolanda Best says the options people will have will be with entertainment because bots will do the best, but I believe AI creativity has a ceiling, a low ceiling compared to the human intellect and creativity, Mitch says. And trades are great. I'm not saying anything about people who want to take that trade life, do things on their own. But once again, trades aren't for everybody. Some people are natural creators, creators of their own. Love from Kenya, peace to you. You are easy on the eyes, beloved. Thank you, Alonda. I try to be. Try to not be too much of a nuance to people and the headache. Love from Kenya. Great to see you in here tonight. And Greg Master says 22, bro. Cuss, Cancer and Leo. Yeah, I'm 18th. Yahuwah is king. There you go again, reading comments from Yo, take it easy. Love from Kenya. And JP, I don't know who that is. JP. And who is that? Coily Coalition Cat. And Evo Log says hi. Peace to you, man. Peace to everybody that's rolling into the live right now. I appreciate y'all for being here. Love King says, take it easy. How I'm still here. This one is Dolce Calderon. What you saying sorry about? What you sorry for? Good brother. What's happening? Black privilege. Peace to you. And who is that? Coalition Captain. You said recite a poem. I actually have a poetry book on deck, but I don't know if I want to go there. Money made with the $1 million smile. Love Kenya, I peeped your channel too. You wasn't lying about having having your channel, but I don't want to put your business out there. But I see you though. I see you got some stuff up on there. That's what's up. Read one. I'll think about it. It's dope. You got a dope channel going on. Entertaining. You got a nice personality. I could say that. Oh man, here I go. Yo. Yeah, I actually do got a poetry book. It's not my poetry. This book, a couple years ago, there was a flood in New Jersey, and this lady, um, with this flood, it had damaged some people's houses. Like if they had basements, garages, it damaged, it created some damage in people's houses. And I'm always I'm into books, and I'm always looking for new books to read, new stuff. So this was years ago though, but went over to this house to do a junk removal, and you know, one person's trash is another person's treasure. And I came across this box. She was throwing away these boxes. Some of them was damaged. Some of them, were still in decent shape. But she just wanted to get rid of a lot of stuff. And one of the books that was in there was this book, 3,000 Years of Black Poetry. Yeah, buried treasure, bro. And I found there was another book that was in there. Um, it's a James Baldwin book, but she had a lot of as you would say, and I know I get people from all demographics and stuff like that, but she was a former teacher. She was teaching in a predominantly black community. So she was no, you cannot buy that off me. Not for sale. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude or anything like that, but nah, I'm not. That's not for sale. But she had a lot of black books, if you will, black authors. Once again, a book like this, black poetry. I'm getting requests to read from this book. I don't know. Coward lawyer. Coward lawyer. You always put that. You always say that, bro. This emoji if you leave in who. But yeah, it was an excellent find. It was some very interesting books that I came across. Some of them I kept. Some of them, like I said, was damaged. Some got damaged. But this one was intact. This was one of the books that was still intact. An anonymous YouTube account. Peace. What'd you do to make her leave, or did she leave? Mitch Mitch says. Don't feed into that, Mitch Mitch. Carol Lawyer always say that. He says his wife and his kids left him, and then he's gonna say, he's free now. You would think he would be feeling bad about that, but he's gonna say that he's pretty happy about it. Anonymous YouTube account says, "Holy shit, you can read." See, it's stuff like that. But I got y'all though, man. It seems like y'all interested in some poetry. All right, so I, listen, I'm not trying to be funny, but I literally just I opened the book to a random page. As you can see, like I opened it, I went dead to the middle, right? Y'all want me to read something, and I opened the book dead to the middle. This is no disrespect to anybody, but what I'm about to read, I didn't choose it. There's no bookmarks. I picked up the book. Someone dead asked me about poetry if I would read it. I was going to refrain from reading it because I didn't know if y'all was serious or not. Who's serious in here? Who wants me to read? Whatever case may be. But I opened to a random page, and if y'all want me to read, I'll read it on what my eyes had locked in on as I opened to a random page. Once again, there's no bookmark in here. Not trying to be funny. I don't know anybody on here saying, set it up this way. This is a prayer for peace. Lord God, forgive white European. It is true, Lord, that for enlightened centuries, she has scattered the bang and slaver of her mastiffs over my lands, and the Christians forsaking thy light and the gentleness of thy heart have lit their campfires with my parchments, tortured my disciples, departed my doctors and masters of science. Their powder has crumbled in a flash, the pride of Tatis and Hills, and their bullets have gone through the bowels of vast empires like daylight from the horn of the west to the eastern horizon. They have fired the intangible woods like hunting grounds, dragged out ancestors and spirits by their peaceful beards, and turned their mystery into Sunday distraction for, watch this, somnambulant. Lord, forgive them who turn to Askia into masquerades, I'm sorry, my princes into sergeant majors, my household servants into boys, my peasants into wage earners, my people into a working class. For thou must forgive those who have hunted my children like wild elephants and broken them in the whips with the whips have had made them the black hands of those whose hands were white. For thou must forget those who exported 10 millions of my sons in the leaper houses of their ships, who killed 200 million of them. So yeah, y'all wanted me to go there. Yeah, yeah. Damn is right. 3,000 years of black poetry. So you know, you can feel how you want to feel about that. It's cool. Yeah, the brother in the front right here is look like Shonuff from the Last Dragon. That's the first thing I said when I first seen this book. I used to go to an all black American school back in middle school, and I was the only Filipino there. I learned some black American literature and history. That's what's up, Greg Masters. Ruggin says, nah, we don't want to hear that shit. Well, if you stayed, you heard all that shit. And yeah, I can actually read. Just from that poem, we can tell it's some real deep stuff in there. Yep. Absolutely black privilege. And once again, that was just me opening to a random page. Pretty deep. And I'll keep this book close by. If y'all want me to read some more later, just let me know. Book title, please. What's the name of the book, please? Oh, AJ, the one. 3,000 years of black poetry, an anthology edited by Alan Lomax and Abdul, or I'm sorry, Raul Abdul. I know it shows backwards to you guys, but once again, 3,000 years of black poetry. Alan Lomax and Raul Abdul. You're welcome. You're very welcome. I am Xander Peace. I am Xander says Vance Minaj 2028. How do the sisters feel about I'm gonna chill out. Did anyone see I wanted to talk about that. Did anyone see Kanye West's apology? The Kanye West apology. Let me know. Let's talk about it if y'all willing to. I am Xander says, yes, I'm glad Kanye apologized. Who he apologized to? Oh, you know who he apologized to. The same people he was yeah, there you go. The Jews and the Jewish community and everything he was saying about Disney and their influence on various amounts of things. Pope himself, he was saying the small hats. Yeah, the apology seemed like it didn't come from him, like he might have been forced. Misdirection is a strategy. My thoughts on it, a little bit of my opinion, is at that time when he was bold enough to say what he had to say and put out what he put out, his remarks at the time seemed like he was going against the system. He didn't hold no punches on what he was saying, especially exposing, a lot of things and whatever the case may be, right? I can remember at the time, once again, when you have celebrities at the forefront like that and they're speaking in a certain manner, you have the support of the people behind you. A lot of people were in agreement with them, and a lot of people lost. Just like he lost. They said, he lost certain deals, money, and stuff like that. But nonetheless, he had support of certain people who were backing him at that time. There were people that felt the same way, that was in agreement with what he was saying, and now he has apologized for it. So whether it seems like he was a little bit coerced. Someone said, like things being held against him, maybe a change of heart. I think Kanye was done dirty by Jewish businessmen in the past, and he came at them full force. Yeah, that too. I agree with that also. I am Xander saying that he thinks that Kanye was done dirty by the Jewish businessmen in the past and came at them full force. Maybe some truth to that. I believe that they, continue to mess with him. You out people like that. It's powerful people. So if you aren't prepared for war, and not like a violent war, but as I'm saying in this context, if you aren't prepared for war to go to real battle with these people, then it was best to just keep your mouth shut because they play the long game. You could do and say what you want for the time being, but after a while, you're going to start to feel it. Yeah, black privilege. I think he gets it. But once again, the people that were behind him, maybe it might have been a little bit of support or how much, but it's clearly not enough. And when you have an ego like Kanye West, as he does, and it seems that at times he has split personality, you cannot entrust in someone like that when they go on tangents like that, when they go on rants like that. A lot of people followed, and they lost as well by speaking out. Got to understand the powers that be and who's behind it. The Klan member, where was crazy though. Yeah, a lot of people forget, man. He was doing some crazy stuff. He was wearing an all black KKK costume. He's doing a lot. I remember watching that um the academics interview that he did with Kanye and he brought out that costume, bro, I was like, yo, this guy is he's a wild guy, man. And people always say, yeah, he says some truth, but yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta watch these celebrities. Say, yeah, that interview was weird as F. Yeah, you have to watch these celebrities. And I brought that question up to segue into something else. And with celebrities, does anyone out there, if you're aware of MK Ultra, does anyone know what MK Ultra is? What does really weird things to people, and people are already weird? I am Xander says, yep. Wealth does really weird things to people, and people already weird, Dante says. Dante, I don't think it's always the wealth that does really weird things to people. I'm trying to get there with the MK Ultra. I just want to make sure everyone is this is just my opinion. 77 swords. They held that message for review, but that's funny as hell. I had to show the people that. That's funny as hell. 77 swords say MK Ultra is a condom size. That's funny. That's funny as hell. Sometimes y'all pretty clever in here, man. Akrina drone. Akrina chrome. What's up, bro? How's it going? Humboldt. Great to see you in here tonight, brother. What's right with you? Everything's going good, man. I'm asking the people about if they're aware or know about MK Ultra and trying to ultimately make a connection a little bit with what may be going on with celebrities like Kanye West, who 1 minute is doing one thing and saying some truth or bringing some truth to light, and then the next going backwards. That's a very interesting book from the 80s called Acid Dreams, and how the agency brought LSD to the world. Yes, Dante. Yes, sir. The love of money is the love of money is the root of all evil. Yes. 77 swords. But I don't think it's money, brother. I don't think it's all about the money. The money can also be a distraction from what it really is. I don't know why, but you give me interesting. I was like, yeah, nah, we ain't putting that in here. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you for thinking of that. Interesting. Money is just fiat currency that we are forced to use in Matrix. I don't think it's all the way to money, man. Yeah, nah, seven swords. A lot of people get that misconstrued. That money is the root of evil. Is actually for the love of money is the root of all evil. I got you. But isn't Kanye West bipolar, and hasn't he taken himself off his medication several times? Or am I mistaken? Dante, ask yourself this. Who gave us the information that he was bipolar? Make us believe that this man was bipolar. Was he bipolar when he was on MTV Live and Katrina happened and he openly said what he said about George Bush not caring about black people? He went off script and did something. He's always been like this, to say and speak his mind, but he seemed pretty normal to me at that time. When you go against the grain, stuff like that, those people come after you. Especially what he did live on TV. There's always backlash or some type of payback for things like that. He started to change a little bit over the course of time, but you see what they put in front of us through media is the narrative that they would like to create for us to believe. We could all be bipolar with the right propaganda. Alexander is picking up what I'm putting down. Money is access is how I see it. I used to use it as a tool. Yea, God. He was normal then, yes. Well, neither of us have strong medical understanding of bipolar conditions. What happened to doctor patient confidentiality and someone putting out there another man's business on being diagnosed with bipolar? That's why I'm asking the question. Who actually gave us that information that that man was bipolar? I'm just trying to make some connections and entice the people in their mind. Get them thinking, get those wheels turning in your brain a little bit because the truth can sometimes be stranger fiction. Have a kind of look to my eyes. Seven Sword says, yeah, his evil ass wife. That's another thing too. The people closest to you will do it to you. So this is what I'm saying. To get people under control. In MK Ultra, people just think now you fumbled when he lost Kim. Uh if you notice, the people that have always been around the Kardashians, period. Even Mama Kardashian. She's into some wicked games, brothers and sisters. I watched a little documentary on MK Ultra and how it goes back to the agency, the CIA, and the government having a big deal to do with it, right? Doing experiments on the people and how they would do it. And people would just think it's just simple mind control. But one of the things that they do and we're doing and experimenting with is what someone brought up before: LSD, acid. Overall, they drug you and hypnotize you. As to why 1 minute he's on the medication, he's off the medication, and when he's off the medication, he's back to ranting and doing what he did. Then when he's on, he seems more under control, doesn't he? Guys in the entertainment industry, they don't like people who speak sense on the Shadow Lords platforms. Absolutely not. That's what I'm getting to. And when you go against it, a lot of people say, and everybody likes to bring up the word clones. People are being cloned now, or whatever the case may be. These are the same people that we're dealing with. They are just under a certain mind state from the yay, even 5 to 6 years ago. What is to be normal? He was crying out loud for the world to see, but never thought to build anything with us. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out he's really working for them. I think Ye didn't want to go along with the mutilation ritual, but they made him. Anyway, as of the last couple years, Charlie Kirk is asking, what is it to be normal? 77 Sword says they are only two kinds of people, God's people and then unbelievers. Everything else is division. What do I think about humiliation ritual? I think he's done some things that he's gone against the grain and then had to do things to get back in good graces. That's why his actions are so sporadic at times. One minute he's doing rap gospel, then the next he's doing something else demonic. All in all, I think he's under MK Ultra. Point blank simple. That's my that's my thought on it. That's just my opinion. Just watching certain things and watching certain people, um, and how they paint people out to be a certain way. A lot of Hollywood is compromised, and yeah, but very demonic. Can universal people be considered God's people? Greg Master says. Um, Greg Masters, if you haven't heard this term before, if anybody has never heard this term before, hear it tonight. One man's God can be another God's devil. So depending on the God that you are worshiping, I would be careful. 77 Sword says, I don't know, I'm not the judge. Yeah, I'm not the judge either, but certain shit makes more sense than just this man being crazy like that. Being on medication, being crazy or being labeled crazy or being judged as to being crazy. And it seems like he's not getting the proper help. You just let him do whatever. There's no overseers, there's no one to tell him anything, but to let him be. It always seems like a distraction. It always seems at a certain timing, things are going on with him. So that leads me to believe that he's under some type of control. Greg Masters says, I always see the universe as a living entity. Yeah. Everything in the universe is living and breathing, even our plants. All that really was sparked by him losing his family. He never cared about black circumstances. He just weaponized our condition to attack the people who was paying him. He was been on record saying that slavery was a choice. Um, he's gone after almost all communities to garner attention. Some people can also say, some people just rather like the popularity or the fame over the money as well. There's some truth to that. But once again, when you have all these thoughts and are able, and no one's able to really silence you or cancel you, there's something else going on. They make sure that his accounts are still live and well, so when he's able to tweet and stuff like that, he's able to tweet whatever you want or post whatever you want. if he was really crazy and really, you know, need to be cared for with medication, these certain agencies, they would test these people by either there was a man that was killed, forget his name, but something was put into his drink. It was said to be the same experiments that they were doing with these psychedelics disguised as medication. So it gets tricky. It's very tricky. That's all I'm saying. What was Ye really trying to say? As far as what space Lagoon, whatever's going on, he is not a big influence to blacks like they want him to be. That's true. Says he's rather insignificant. Well, I think he meant that people are being enslaved by media, or maybe I'm tripping and he actually meant American slavery. I remember at that time he was about to be seriously canceled when he brought that up, and I am Xander. He was talking about American slavery. He said those slaves who were enslaved at that time, that was by choice. But once again, he was clipped and once again, very controversial. Very controversial figure, but he has yet to been silenced. But it seems like when he goes against the controversy and it affects a certain demographic, that's when they want to, get him back in line, get him back in order. Kanye is looking for peace in his heart among a den of demons. Yeah, move to another country. And now that's content. If you still in here, TMC, man. Marathon continues, brother. You already know. Salute. Listen, me personally, what I think about it is that they got him. They got him, man. He's done. If you have seen the movie Get Out, he's under a for sure hypnosis. Some people are so far under the hypnosis that there's no getting out. I am Xander says, or when he called Jay-Z and Beyonce twins, yeah, burning bridges. If they weren't already burned, he's put a nuke to certain bridges. It's about control, absolutely. He is the center of attention whenever he is allowed to speak, and he's going to say wherever he is allowed to say. But I believe he's under some type of control. To be honest, brother, I have more influence with blacks than he does. I moved to Mississippi and brought my union carpenter skills with me to build up our Delta cities. F Kanye and the rest of the coons. Hey man, I agree with you and I understand exactly what you're saying. And that's dope, brother. Black privilege. And I agree with you. You are more beneficial. Sarah Lovett says, I have a question. Go ahead. You are more beneficial to the black community. I totally agree when you are introducing stuff like that and having influence. But understand this, brother. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. When you have the attention of the people on the internet, in social media, and you have millions of followers. And in this day and age, where social media is everything, you have the attention and influence over the people, whether it be black, white, Hispanic, Jew, Asian, whoever. There's so much that's going into this internet. His influence is bigger than just the black community. He's reached a point where he don't care about the black community. How ironic is that? Yeah, years ago when Katrina was going on, he was saying black George Bush don't care about black people. He's at the point now that he's shown, and I'm agreeing with you, brother. His influence because he's done things and said things that you know black community don't rock with him. Once again, with his political views of meeting with Trump, shaking his hands, he's done a lot, bro. He's done a lot, and that's this is what I'm saying. He's been all over the place doing things. It don't seem like it's just him doing it. He's under some type of control. That's all I'm getting to. He's been made into a celebrity now at this point where it's bigger than any community that he stands with because he's going after each and every community. I'm just calling it from what I see, from what it is. He's under MK Ultra. I'm gonna just go out and say I believe he's under MK Ultra, bro. Remember when XXX was talking about music being used as mind control device with octaves? I think the masters didn't take too kindly to that. Once again, he even crossed over into doing Christian music, bro. Was in a church, those church folks trying to, get back in the good graces of the black community by showing that he was in church and praising Jesus and a Christian and all that. What happened to all of that now? He's too all over the place and allowed to just do whatever he wants. What it seems like to be no type of real consequence to it. Which leads me once again to believe my opinion that he is under some type of control. He's under MK Ultra, bro. That medication he been taking to whatever the case, I believe that's MK Ultra medicine, bro. Everyone has the power to influence someone. The interest has just made influence wholesale. And I'm telling you, with millions of followers, his influence is more bigger than the just the black community, bro. The problem is now people have the attention span of a goldfish. Optimistic taco truck. I agree with that. I agree with that. Because the devil keeps attacking him back in. Well, seven soul wards. Uh, at this point, I don't even think it's the devil keeps sucking him back in. He has agreed. He's made a pact. He's even been on record to say that he has sold his soul. And it was cheap like a McDonald's meal. That was one of his lyrics. I'm a huge of his music though. His musical genius, one of the best. I actually have the College Dropout on vinyl. That's when Kanye was still Kanye, and he even talks about the old Kanye. This is a new Kanye we dealing with. You guys get it? The College Dropout, his first album that he dropped. Man, what a masterpiece, man. And I have that on vinyl. But yeah, he talks about you know, making that path, selling the soul. He and Trump share the same personality. I know people like that in real life. I hear what you're saying, but does his influence reflect black circumstances? Not black privilege. Only those who feel like he owes something to black people. And to be honest, at this point, he don't owe us anything. no celebrity really owes us anything. We always look to celebrities to do something, and they really don't owe us anything, to be honest. It would be on their hearts and their spirits. Like you, brother, it was on your heart and spirit to do what you do and then give back to the community. If it's not on your heart and spirit, then yeah, you're done up. You're just gone. What they would call a sellout. He sold out a long time ago, bro. So black people who are still looking at him to do something, those are the ones that are going to be affected. When you understand these celebrities and who really is controlling their celebrity, who is really controlling their influence over the people and how they are guided, then you just leave those said black people alone. They're gone, bro. Followers are not voices. Followers follow leaders. Have the voice. Don't surround yourself with followers. Surround yourself with leaders. His soul is not his to sell. 7 7 swords. I agree with that too. But in the context of what we're talking about, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't. Your soul doesn't belong to you. I've been quoted on saying that too. But he's taking an oath. Let's put it like that. All right. I won't say sell your soul. You're right. You're absolutely right. He's taking an oath. He's made a bond. You get what I'm saying? If that makes it better. He got famous by using the Masters platforms. He took the blood oath. There you go, Greg Masters. A long time ago. Yes, that's what I was saying. Like privilege. I don't know how much money he has. I bet my left put together 1,000. Yeah, nah, black privilege. You're absolutely right. With the you see, this is the thing. We have our black celebrities who can get together and do these brunches together. All right. We got, other things going on with our black celebrities where if they actually came together and pooled their money as millionaires and some billionaires, it would actually be something to be seen as such as a 1,000 million man or however march to really do something for the community. But they are being controlled, being limited. Is a leash on that. There's a cap on that of what you can and cannot do, especially when you have taken that oath. What's up, big dog? How you doing tonight? I'm doing great. Heavy Riders official. Peace to you, man. Thank you for being in here. What's right with you? Stop being so damn cute. Hey, man, I can't help it. Before a real stand up black man, follow him. We hold this nigga. That's that's what he black privilege. But yeah, so those guys we have to leave alone and not, expect too much out of them, especially with their actions and what they've been on. Yeah. Dev says, you look tired. Come to England. I will arrange you some caked up and milked up snow bunnies for you to enjoy. I don't know why that's funny to me, man. Yesterday, and I don't know if it's still sisters in here. We've been talking about some females seem to get kind of scared when we started to talk about topics like this and mind control and MK Ultra and demonic stuff. So I know I see mostly the guys have been interactive, but we still got females in here. I was on live yesterday and talking to the females. Abe Snake, man, marathon continues, bro. I appreciate that donation, brother. Thank you, brother. And once again, rest in power, Nipsey Hussle, man, a great influence. A black privilege. I support those, right? If you can see, I support those who have put in that support into black community, bro. And Nipsey Hussle was one of those. Stand up, 10 toes down. He even died in the black community. know what I mean? And I'm not promoting his death, but it's bro, when you when you move a certain way and you are about something that's real, I can only do nothing but support those brothers who have more than me because they are actually standing for something, doing something that's right. But Ape Snake, I appreciate you for that donation, man. Thank you. You could tell real recognize real, and you could recognize those real ones, and you see black privilege, those who stand alone and go against the grain and really stand for their community, what they do to them, bro. They send a distraction, they send someone that don't got no meaning to go carry out instruction, bro. And they got that man up out of here for some BS. He held a lot of power, bro, in what he was doing, and he did it from the ground up. But not to revert that, you know what I mean, I had to say that yesterday I was on the live because when bro brought up going to England and the snow bunnies, man. Listen, my preference is black women, bro. But the current state that our black woman is in, especially in this country, not all, just some, had a little get back with a female that was on the live yesterday. And I made mention, I said, listen, I don't know why some females, especially our black females, feel that it's necessary that we need spokespeople to speak for us. Like we don't know how to articulate our feelings or what we have been through in our past. That we don't know each other. And I said that's why it makes it easier for some of our black men, our black melanated men, to say, you know what, I'm tired of dealing with black women because the treatment that we get from our black women. So when guys want to go overseas and deal with the women over there, deal with a different culture, I don't blame them. Don't even blame them. Real talk. I know there's a lot of people out there that, you know, when they see, I seen a black Israelite brother said he looks at a black man a certain type of way when he's with a white woman. The great Dr. Umar, you know, with the snow bunnies and stuff like that. He feels a certain type of way. But let me tell you, me, I don't judge. I don't judge no one on their choice or the preference because I know what they are willing to put up with, and it is what it is. People are being influenced by celebs, but they are followers as well. They are employed by someone sitting back and pulling strings. Optimistic Taco said. Yeah, we have given in this society we have given too much attention and time and power over to the celebrity. Ape Snake says, I'm not black, but my sons are. I hear you, brother. That's awesome. You got some black sons, man. That's what's that's great. And yeah, man. And Greg Master says they took him out for a reason. Yeah, it was for sure a reason. Thanks for that gift, Abstract Beauty After Dark. And Suma Mental says white BBW brothers kryptonite. Nah, that's not my kryptonite. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not my kryptonite. And Abe Snake says my wife is black, and I'm white. Yeah, and even vice versa. You know, black women who deal with white men. Listen, no judgment here. I get it because white women have their grievances about us, black men. Black men have grievances about these black women. You're giving mixed signals like interracial couples. I have no problem with interracial couples. I have no judgment over that. It's just what you're willing to deal with and put up with. Listen, man, from my experience as a black man, a lot of these black women feel like they are better than you as a black man. So they want to speak for you, tell you what your experience has been. Um, like we don't know how to express ourselves as men. I don't need any woman as a spokesperson for me, bro. She's not a black man. See, when it comes down to culture and being closely tied to us, yeah, we can have a connection. You can understand what I went through, but once when I get to speak and talk, please, as a woman, uh, fall back. It has to start with strengthening the family and having order within. No, it has to do with respecting your man. Have respect for a man when a man is talking, especially if he's talking to other men. You shouldn't be speaking. When men are talking, fall back. It's about respect first. Umar, when he flights, he takes directions from White Bunny Airplane Store. Good evening, my brother. How's it going? I'm doing great, bro. Joseph Richmond. Shouts out to Richmond, Virginia. And I appreciate you for being here. Your first time, man. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and support. I think so too, Abe, and I wish I could see that day. All will be some mixture of brown. We definitely have culture differences, but we have so much more in common. Yeah, if you guys are, and that's why I always like to say, if you guys are genuinely attracted to each other, have genuine love for each other, and willing to understand and compromise for each other's cultures and differences, and embrace each other's cultures and differences, it can always work out. Jacob Gillen says, "Want to smoke a blunt with me?" Nah, bro, I'm good, man. I've been 3 months sober, man. Feeling great, brother. But I appreciate it though, man. Maybe in a couple months, we'll see how it goes. That is order within. I just, all right. A lot of white guys are in Philippines with women, and Filipino women love black guys. They love the black skin, bro. I'm trying to tell you. But from what I've seen online, they do not like Filipino culture and Filipinos in general. As far as the white guys, hey brothers, I'm sorry, and I'm catching up to the chat. Love from Kenya. I see what you just said. The queen is back. I'm glad you're back, sis. Listen to me over there in the Philippines, brothers. They see a chocolate man over there. It's different. It's a different type of appreciation. They're very modest. It's going to be a language barrier, but that's a good thing because they ain't going to be with all that yapping. A lot of guys are fed up with all that yapping from these females, bro. Just saying. It's different. Irony of a that's crazy, bro. Leopard print can be classy, says. Love is precious. Yes. Highest vibration that you could be on. Very intense vibration as well. The reason sisters feel that way is due to them birthing us. They have a hard time conceding to the fact that we come out of them and grow stronger, bigger, smarter. They must learn to respect, like privilege. That's all I'm saying. And you wanted something there. Love backwards reads evil, and then there's a thin line between love and hate. That's why I said it's a very strong vibration, that love. But understand hate. That hate can pop up real fast. You don't do something, you know what I mean? According to their standards. That's why those standards are very dangerous with these women. I just caught what you said about black women speaking for y'all. I love when men take over. Chrissy Roberts. Peace to you. And from Fredericksburg, VA. Shouts out to Virginia. Shouts out to VA. Two up, two down. Um, a man is required to love his woman. A woman is required to respect her man. In both ways. Respect goes both ways. That love should go both ways. And I respect these women for real, for real. I respect their mind. I respect their hearts. These women hold value. And when you get a inkling of devalue, gotta fall back. Love from Kenya says, "Love who loves you." That's a fact. Because then you'll be chasing love from a person that don't really mess with you like that. Philippines, they see a brother want to. Come on. We're not doing that. 7 7 stories. You know the natives of the Philippines, they are Asiatic, Malaysians. Yes, Greg Masters. They know what's up when that real melanated brother comes through. The opposite of love is indifference. Love from Kenya says, at least for me, I prefer respect over adoration. Yeah, nah, we need that respect. That's why I said that respect comes first because all that love shit goes out the window if there's disrespect there. Why is James Harden? I appreciate that. Sacramento, California. Shouts out to Cali, West Coast. Shouts out to Sacktown. KZ, we love you, bro. Love you too, man. I appreciate that. That's love. No, when a man truly loves his woman, his respect is freely given. When a woman respect her man, her love is freely given. The best woman for us is Black American. Shh, yo, bro. Black privilege. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Playaways. What you talking about? They gonna pull your hair and playaways, man. You a jailbird, bro. Talking like that. What's wrong with you, brother? You need to stay out of jail, brother. Playaways, please. The best woman is a virtuous one. I agree with that. Seven Swords, bro. s- Man, black privilege, bro. I'm trying to tell you, brother. Black American. All right. Some of these Black American women, standards are too high. They are used to this westernized way of the dating culture, standards of what men are supposed to be in their lives or what they are supposed to do. And some of them haven't really been taught how to be a wife. They have been trained what to do before or how to become a wife. For real, for real. Do you know in this Black American culture, or just in the States here, a lot of the divorce is orchestrated and led by women. There's a lot of unwedded Black women in this culture. But if you ask them how many bodies they got, man, geez, geez Louise, brother. So, 7 7 swords. The best woman is a virtuous one, a modest one. Got to be careful out here because some of our black American women are under a strong delusion, and you can clock that. How many of y'all have seen this as a recent, right? Some of these women are not even themselves, bro. They just following trends. They are under a strong delusion, bro. I tell you, man, be careful. Yeah, my wife is from Jamaica. She is the most pure person I've ever known. Player Way says TMC, the marathon continues. Like you said on 6-0, right? You know who Nipsey Hussle is. Long live Nip. Yeah, Player Ways was talking about some freaky stuff, some freaky jail stuff. It's a message which held for review, but I ain't on that type of timing. Being in jail and all that other stuff is for the birds. Race mixing is tolerable, but it's terrible for us how the girls' family view us, as well as what the children suffer from. Black privilege, I agree. I agree to a certain extent, but I'm gonna tell you this, brother. It's gonna come a time and place. Some of us brothers, these black women don't get it right. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, bro. It ain't on us at this point, for real, for real. Some of us, and some of these women. I don't want to just make it like it's all women's fault, but it's the brothers too. That's why I encourage brothers to do what they do, man. Stay sexually disciplined, for real, for real. That's the type of time that I'm on. But I get love all across the board. You feel me? So like Love from Kenya said, love who loves you. And if I pick up any inkling that you disrespecting me or you think you better than me or whatever case may be, I get a lot of that from black women, bro. I'm being honest. Black women in this society feel certain way about black men, very judgmental. I'm not willing to deal with that, bro. I got standards on my own. That's some shit I'm not willing to deal with. What I do know is that I could go over to the other side of that culture and they adore us. They don't got those standards like that to be putting on us and make us feel like we have something to prove to them. That's all I'm saying. I don't got I don't got shit to prove to anyone, man or woman. And no disrespect to women, but especially no women, I got nothing to prove. And I come with that with a female. I don't need no female to prove nothing to me. Just make sure that you're modest, you good money, respectable, and that's it. But a lot of these women have standards. I brought this up yesterday. Women, they either date at their level or up. Men, we will sacrifice and date down. We will date down. We will compromise what we got going on and date down. And someone in the chat was like, a dude will date a chick from Taco Bell if she's got certain things about her. She working part time at Taco Bell. We'll date her, bro. But a woman won't date us if we working at working drive through at Taco Bell full time, bro. If she got stuff going on like that for real. You feel me? It ain't about love at that point. It's about Playway says, take that TMC hat off and check in with us before doing that on Crip. 60s ain't feeling that? All right, man. He said check it on YouTube. late, late dog, that's crazy, right? I gotta go check in, bro. All right, you got it. Why is modesty important to you? Um, I love kids says it's like that. Nah, for real, modesty is one of the things you gotta be modest as a woman. Um, Once again, because I don't want to have to check you. If we're out, and this just this is just an example. If we out, because modest women feel like they can, unmodest women can feel like they can be a part of everything or give their input on everything. And as I stated before, if there are men talking amongst men, a female shouldn't input herself in the mix of that because she's not a man. To me, that's always trying to give input, always trying to find a way to insert what you got to insert. Sometimes women, you just need to fall back, be quiet, sit there, sit and be pretty. That's it. It calls the time for that to just be chill, be quiet. And for us guys too, we don't gotta talk as much and do as much, but a modest female. A lot of females, and there's nothing wrong with the outspoken female, her speaking her mind and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but there comes a time and place where a female must be moving in modesty, not revealing too, dressing a certain way, having respect, not just for her man, and not too revealing to the public and the outside, but also respect for herself. What traits do you consider virtuous in a woman? Bronze Golden says. More gay things make it over to mainstream. Yeah, that's the way it is right now, Jeannie, though. It's crazy. Um, certain traits I just mentioned, Bronze Golden, being modest, especially with how you carry yourself, how you dress. I know women like to wear what they like to wear to make them feel sexy, but you out there being sexy and then will complain about the weirdos that you attract. You can't do that and then complain. A man, a husband, we love modesty from a woman. Yes. Zion, what's good, bro? What's right with you, my brother? I know it was a tough day for you yesterday, man. I want to hear what's right with you today. I don't want to hear nothing that's wrong, bro. Hope all is well with you, brother. I'm glad you're in here tonight. Morals, standards, and values. Definitely, communication is key. That's a trait for me. Modesty. Have some modesty about you. Have some things that are leaves things to the imagination. You feel me? But the way women dress and carry herself is very important. Facts. Love who loves you. Black men don't love me. All they ever did was abuse me. So I'm going where I'm loved, not tolerated. Yeah, once again, I'm any women out there that's been abused, hands put on them. Just dealing with a weak man for real, for real. I don't respect that. Men need to stand up and be better leaders and then walk what they talk. Agreed. Do you like Obama or Trump better? That's a crazy question. And Love from Kenya says, I dated down to be with these black men who treated me like shit. Never again. Yeah, and I dig that. That's what happens. Excuse me. Damn. That's what happens sometimes when you date down. You got to deal with lowering yourself to that standard. So I get it. Jacqueline says, Grand Rising King. Grand Rising, Jacqueline. Jacqueline Little. Peace to you. Great to see you in here tonight. What is more important that you have? Submissive wife or a son that looks like you inside out? Your son and grandchildren will be lighter and lighter until your genes are no more. Um, what's important to me is to have a submissive wife. I have a black ex-wife and she's light skinned. So my son is light anyway. You feel me? So all that doesn't really matter to me about if I can't lay down with the proper person, period. I don't care if she's black and my black genes is going to carry on. If I'm not here and dealing with someone that loves me, just wants to use me and abuse me for real, no. Because this woman has to raise my child. And she's not going to be raising my child with the concept that putting now in my son's head that women are better than men. We're not doing that. I'd rather be with a submissive wife, have children, and then they will be able to see what a submissive wife is. My son, no matter how light he is or how dark he is, he'll be able to see what a wife is supposed to be. Not the father just being a punk and not willing to speak up for himself because the wife is running shit. Telling you, bro, it's you got different nigga over here, bro. And excuse me, anybody who don't like the N word and me call myself an N word, but I'm just different. Abe Snake, man, I appreciate you for that donation, brother. Thanks. Time is the most precious thing we have. Thanks for sharing your time with us. I always enjoy listening and learning from you. Have a great night. Have a great night, bro. Respect and trust. Time and place. Yes. Um, but yeah, black privilege, bro. I'd rather have a submissive wife. An unsubmissive wife and I'm having kids with her is not a good idea, brother. In the namesake of my genes being depleted. You're depleting my manhood if I'm dealing with that, brother. And I gotta live with that. No way. Roman, Diamato, yo, OG, my girl straying further from the Bible. What should I do? What should I be doing? Let her walk her path. Maybe she's onto something, brother. Roman D'Amato, she's straying away from the Bible. Let her find a way. She's breaking the construct of religion, it seems like. She's you asking the right person. She may be onto something. She a Compton in the house. Yeah, MCA. Heard of his sound? Yeah, Rolando Mato. Yeah, and Etsy Israel says, "What's up, bro? Peace, peace to you. Thank you for being here tonight. Y'all know about MC8? I know about MC8 being in Men's Society. It ain't about all that for real. Find your magnet, guys. Your spiritual magnet. Charles was says, peace, peace to you, man. Any life advice? Do what makes you happy, and tap within. Find that happiness from within inside. Yagas or Yagazami. Do what makes you happy in life. Find your purpose. I don't care what anybody is talking about or you know what I mean has to say about you. Live authentically yourself. Since we talking about black women, black men need to stop being so abusive and broke. Hell up, kid. You nah, that's a sounds like more of a you know who you been dealing with. You ain't been dealing with real ones or right ones. That's it. But I hear you. But I always say that too. Men need to step their game up. They need to better themselves before they present themselves to these females. Men are putting the cart before the horse. They not healed for real from certain shit in life. They're not taking responsibility and accountability for their life before they start go dealing with a woman. So I agree with you. You're right. I'm not taking nothing away from you, love Kenya. You're absolutely right. Because that type of emotion, he's insecure with himself. Whatever's going on, he's insecure. And what you listen, and this is what I'm saying, women. Whatever you are saying to these men that is triggering them is not necessarily always your fault. But that mouth can get you into trouble because you can say something that strikes an emotion in him. And instead of him being like, you know what, you got it. And walking away, he hasn't healed properly. He hasn't done the things to really control himself emotionally. So now you hit a sore spot and hurt his ego, put hands on you. A man, if you're dealing with a woman, she says something for real, and affects my ego, I'd be like, yo, you know what, you got it. And I move on. That's it. I always say what's good because I see good in people. Yeah, same here. It's that greeting. What's good? And that's why I titled it this title of this live is what's right with you. When people see you scrunched up, sad, looking like this, somebody come up to you, what's wrong? That's negative. That's a negative, you know what I mean? A negative thing. So I wanted to start off with saying to the people, what's right with you? Some positivity, some love, that vibration, man. What's right with you? Tell me what's right with you. Also, it's a popular saying. Yeah, yeah, that's the lingo. And black privilege, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that donation. You shouldn't stereotype all black women. No, I'm not stereotyping all black women, brother. Absolutely not. But I've come across my fair share, brother. I've come across my fair share. Do you got anybody in your life, black privilege? Let's talk about you, brother. And the black women that you have come across. Are you in a relationship right now with a black woman? Because it's easy to go against me because I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm comfortable saying what I'm saying. Are you in a relationship? Let me catch up to the chat. As a husband, stand stand up and lead. I'm doing better, bro. I sat back and watched some of your other lives today, bro. Nothing but motivation. Moved to Texas, starting over and staying positive. Hey, Zon, man, I'm glad, bro. Listen, this title of this live is dedicated to you, brother. I was just saying in the beginning of the live earlier today, I was thinking about you, bro. And I was gonna reach out, but I know you said you was packing up, moving and stuff like that. You had a lot going on. So I figured I'm like, bro, probably not even going, you know what I mean? Really see it. You got stuff going on. But once again, when you in that rut, you going through that bad day, when you able to pick up the pieces and you get to see a new day, instead of saying what's wrong with you today, what's right with you. That sets you in a different mind state, a different vibration. It gets you talking about what's right with you today. So I'm glad, man. A hard day yesterday, but I mean, that's what's up, bro. I'm glad you got to where you needed to go safe. What part of Texas you in? What part of Texas you moved to? Concord. Cash one. Euro says peace. Tam Tamio Cutie. Only an idiot would think all. Conquer. Cash one. Says I sub. Yeah, no, I'm not. Listen, I'm not no idiot. I haven't come across the right one. I'm willing to admit that. But the ones that I've come across, I can make a good assumption of what the hell has been going on. And I've turned down other races because of my preference. But um, yeah, you low key look like Kendrick. Man. There's like 3.5 as many black women than black men. If you can't find a black wife and you really not searching, I'm not searching for nothing, bro. That's the thing. I'm not searching. I'm not chasing. I'm not on the look. I'm doing what's necessary for myself first. And that's it. Until the right person comes along, I'm not looking no more for black or if she white or this and that. The right person has to come along. Period. It has at this point it has nothing to do with race. What I'm saying is from my experience and making it about race, this is what I'm led to. So once again, as I catch up, let me know about your black wife or black girlfriend, sir. Conquer Cash one says had to remember that all living is borrowed time and the physical, like we talked about, it's about the positive things we do while we here. That's what matters the most. Yeah, man. I'm glad you're in better spirits today, brother. For real, for real. Your accountability and honesty is refreshing and triggers be real. Listen, I can only be honest. The same way black women want us to do better, I'm just encouraging black women to do better. What's wrong with that? This nigga simping for some that is crazy work. Yeah, right. This what he talking about over here. Jesus isn't real says This nigga is simping for some hoes on the internet is crazy work. If men and women don't follow God's commandments for each of their roles, it will be hard to make it work. You see, he doesn't get offended because it doesn't apply. Oh man. What can I learn? Why do I feel the way I feel through the work? And no, I'm not MAGA. I don't vote. I don't do the politics stuff like that. Rebecca says, don't chase, attract. Nah, that's a fact. Yeah, I'm not searching for nobody. Not on the search. Wherever the road takes me, and whoever cross my path, and I cross their path, if I find interest and mutual attraction to, I do my thing. You feel me? I have no problem talking to women. I have no problem approaching women. Um, it's just conversation. You feel what I'm saying? But once again, I've had my fair share of dealing with black women, and I'm tired of just basing it. That's my preference. I'm not saying my preference has changed to now I'm ranking Latina women now over black women and stuff like that. I just know now and more prepared when I deal with black women. I know what's out here. I know some of the standards that they have. These are facts, bro. I don't. There was somebody, you know what I mean? Love Kenya just said like her dating down, right? She's not doing that no more. That's a standard of hers. So if anyone is beneath her on a certain level, she's not willing to deal with you. That's her standard. So whether that person is black or not, it don't matter to her. You got to meet her at her level, bro. That's letting you know a lot about where some of these women are with the dating. They're not just searching for a black man to date. Some of them need to know that if you are at a certain level like they are on, and you can meet them at that level, then they willing to deal with you. I'm not. I'm saying the same shit. I'm not just going to be dealing with a woman just because she black, bro. Because she could be black and then be warped up here. Do you understand? So I can't just keep looking at skin color and basing it off of I'm just deal with her because she's black. I'm just deal with her because she's black. Every time. Or Southside Frog, I got you, brother. I'm talking to, some of the brothers in here, man. He's trying to encourage me to stay on the black side. But I'm telling him if I switch over that appreciation, you know what I mean? I told him about the Philippines. If I go to the Philippines, they damn near worship a black man over there, bro. They're not holding all this up against you. On one side, some of our black women are saying, you can't meet us to our standards. You need to do better. But then on the other side, come as you are. What that sound like? Just come as you are. We'll appreciate you. You put two and two together, bro. Southside Frog right now is the 30th, right? Technically, three. Three plus zero. Obviously, the three. Three is understanding, brother. And understanding is the best part of the living mathematics. And is the see from the third eye, brother, which is the mind, is also picture one draws from knowledge and wisdom. Zero is that cipher. With that cipher, Same thing as knowledge. Knowledge is know. In order for one to know, one must have this knowledge. Cipher is the circle consisting of 360 degrees. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which is life, my brother. That's the science for the right now, God. Peace, G. Now, what's happening to me? How does it keep me safe? I don't know what you're really talking about on Conquer Cash One. Maybe I missed something or I skipped something. I don't know if you're trolling. Oh, okay, black privilege. I got you. My girl is black, yellow but black. You know, she is 28. I'm 35. She is so sweet and submissive. She encourages me and allows me to groom her. I love it. Can trade her in if I wanted to. That's what's up, brother. And I'm happy for you, genuinely. I'm happy for you that you found someone, that you got somebody in your corner. It's going great. Do you have any kids, brother, with this woman? Unfortunately, trash attracts trash and monotones. What do the letters on your hat stand for? The marathon continues. TMC. It's learning who you are without society rules, teaching people how to love and doing the work so you can set boundaries and the right person will evolve. Black Privilege says she is not very ambitious in the sense of business accomplishments, and I adore this so much. She just follows my lead on Black Soul. And I could dig it. I could dig that. Have the world fighting on the topic of color and the other side fighting for religion at, at Gen X Kia. A black man has motion. He never has to excuse gesture. Female. T Mac says TMC, brother. Marathon continues once again. Three, blessed be the third eye. Oh, zero. Back to understanding. Yep. 360, brother. Keep shining your light. Bless you. Everyone stay safe, healthy, and warm. Rebecca, thank you for that. Peace to everybody right now, man. And I know whenever Southside Frog come in here, I remember the first time he came in here, I was like, oh, I got somebody on that side that's with that. That's with that type of timing. So ever since Southside Frog came in, he come in, what's the math for the day or what's the science? I gotta stop everything. Everything must stop because we need that refresher on what's going on around us. It's always great to see you in here. I know a lot of people might not understand what's going on, though, brother, but that's the point. Oh man. Hey, you never answered my question. Sarah Lovett. What was your question, Sarah Lovett? Why can't she just be yellow then? Seven somewhere says. Yeah, salute, brother. Serves a significant reputation of the Trinomial Congress and its ideology. Said why she could be yellow. Yeah, you got a yellow bone, man. Listen, man, my ex-wife is she red bone, bro. You know what I mean? This is my wife, bro. But started to show after we got married, total switch up. Because she wasn't really taught how to really be a wife for real, for real. Didn't come from a household that had a wife in it, single mother. You know what I'm saying? So I married black. When I did make the decision to marry, I married black, bro. Had a light skinned baby, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So, however it goes is gonna go, but I just know certain things that come with the ideology and what has been taught to some of our females out here. There's certain things that I look at. What's your background? What's your idea on certain things? Where your mom at? Where your daddy at? Were they married? If they wasn't, they got divorced. What happened? Did they have a cool relationship after? Co-parenting? Was your father still around? Was this around? Was that? I ask these questions, bro, before I start getting into anything else with these females. I need to know these things so that way I know what I'm getting myself into, and I could kind of You brought up the word before, brother. I forgot what you said, but not put them in one box or not judge them just all based. You know what I mean? Like just based off certain things, just put them in one box. I do my investigation, bro, on these females, and I start to hear certain things, and then I start to see certain signs. I can't do it, bro. I was dating this, not even dating. I was dating this one other black female, right? This is after my marriage, by the way. Dating this, dating this female, and her parents were divorced. Okay. Now, one day I'm talking to her on the phone, and she done got into an argument with her mother. She's living with her mother, got into an argument with her mother. Now, the shit that she's saying now that the argument is over and telling me what is happening, and now she's going through, how she feels about her mother or whatever the case may be, calling her a bitch and all this other stuff. I'm like, damn, that's how you talk about your mother on her back? Like, she all that? You under her roof still? Like, all right. I can understand heat of the moment, getting emotions out, you feel some type of way or whatever. Whether she was right or wrong or whatever, cool. It is what it is, right? I'm not. Days later, she gets into an argument with her dad. And it's the same kind of like afterwards talking. I'm like, damn, this is how you talk about your parents when you mad at them. So I can only imagine when you get mad at me because I'm not perfect. And these are your parents. They raised you, however it goes. But the moment you get mad at me, this is how you're going to treat me or even dog me out because I really have no relation to you like that. I didn't raise you. I think about these things and really listen carefully to how, when you deal with people, how they talk about certain people, especially their mother and their father. So I wasn't judging that they were divorced and stuff like that. But now I'm listening to just how she feels about them and especially behind their back. And I'm just a person that she's dating. But this is letting me know, all right, when that time comes and something happens, the disrespect. Just because someone doesn't tell you something straight up to your face, you don't take it as disrespect and that you don't know about it. They're disrespecting you behind your back. And this is what she does. Weeks later, she got some friends, get into an argument with a friend or whatever case may be. So now I'm starting to put pieces together like, all right, you just had a problem with moms, you was pops. Now you got a problem with one of your homegirls, you ain't talk to her or you cut her off or what. Maybe the problem may be you. I didn't say anything, but I'm just observant. And I listen very well. Even though I talk on here, but I listen very well and just observe shit. Now I don't talk to this girl to this day. I had to cut her off because everything started lining up the way I thought it would, and then bam, I got you. All right, nah, I know what you already on. You're going. I'm not talking to you no more. Thank you. Nice knowing you. It was great, being around you for the time being, but I can't do it. I can't do it. Great girl, very caring. You feel what I'm saying? Once again, was working, had her own money, didn't, you know what I mean? Didn't and once again, when females really like you, they'll spend money on you too. So when we went out a couple times, she would pay, bro. Nah, nah, don't do that. No, let me do it. You sure? Like I don't make it seem like I don't got it. She was like, no, I know you got it. Let me take care of you. These females want to take care of you. I get it. But disrespect is something I don't do. You hear me? So that's all I'm saying. Some of these females you really have to observe and then ask the right questions. See their background, where they come from, and how they treat their peoples. That's all. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of broken homes in our black community. All right. Not trying to judge everybody or put everybody on the same boat. But nowadays in our society, and that's what I was getting to, in our society, we deal with people coming from broken homes. And it's tougher to deal with someone coming from a broken home if they are properly healed. That's cool. You know what I mean? You could, tough it out with that person. But for me personally, it's just been, I guess, the luck of the draw. You feel what I'm saying? It's luck of the draw for me at this point, right? So that's why me personally, I just take my time before I really get to know people and know that person. That's it. No respect for parents. That's pure entitlement. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That bleeds over into your relationships and other relationships that you get in, especially when you got dealing with another man. Zach Music, shouts out to you, brother. Peace. And black privilege, yeah, man. I'm telling you, is with certain females, you really have to do your homework and ask the right questions. And the females I've dealt with after my marriage has been few. There's only been a few. I don't want to put out all my business out there like that, but I could count them on my hand. Let's just say that on one hand. That's it. So it ain't like I got out of my marriage and just started going crazy, crazy anything. I spend the bulk of my time alone, like I am now. Like, I don't got chasing no female, having females around. Just some casual stuff. You know what I mean? Never chase buses or women. You always get left behind. Chase the money dudes. Yeah, brother. I hear that, DJ Meyer says. In the same way stars will shine for you, they will also expose one's follies. Yes, sir, fraud. Southside fraud. Imagine if more black homes had the knowledge of self. White people would redevelop the HOA. Southside fraud, that's funny as hell. You right about that though, bro. More knowledge of self, man. And understanding that family dynamic and where they come from dealing with these women is very important, bro. And that's coming up out of my marriage, stuff like that, and looking for certain things. I'm telling you, bro. I ask the right questions, bro. And I need to know the history, like where you coming from, because that tells me a lot about your mindset and how you gonna treat me. If you watch your mother disrespect your father, or if you watch your father disrespect your mother, you're going to have that with you. That's going to bleed over into your relationship unless you have healed from that trauma, because that is trauma, bro. I don't know about you, dude, but at 44, I get laid here and there, but I ain't for the mental gymnastics with chicks anymore. Yup. They are a liability and depreciating asset, not worth it. DJ Meyer, I'm glad you brought that up. And the mental gymnastics is something I'm not willing to deal with. All that I'm gonna talk to you when you know what I mean. That I agree in making people miss you and stuff like that. And I believe in letting people have their space to themselves and that time to talk. But that mental game of I'm not gonna text you right away. I'm gonna make you wait for me to text you and call you and all. I don't play that game. If I'm genuinely busy, I'm busy for real. I work, I got shit going on. Then I got a 9-year-old son. So if I'm not able to do certain things to get to my phone or whatever, I'm big on communication. So I'll communicate with you. But all that ghosting and all that other shit, I know how to play the ghost. I could get going very fast. I'm cool with that. So all that mental gymnastics game and all these tactics that these women like to play, the shit test and all that, okay, that's cool too. So that's what I'm saying. Black privilege is a lot of shit that I be catching up on with these black females and this culture. Be playing games out here, brother. They be having these tactics to see what you know what I mean, to try to test you. I'm not with the test like that, bro. We grown. I'm 38, bro. I don't got time for those games, bro. I remember working at a warehouse, had this one female's number, text her once, no reply. Seeing her later on in a week, going back to the warehouse, she said, "Why didn't you text me?" I said, "I did text you. You didn't text back." She said, "Why didn't you text me again?" I simply told her, I said, "Listen, I don't know if you got a man. I don't know, you know what I mean, if you with another dude or whatever. I don't blow up nobody's phone. So whatever you doing, or what you're doing, I don't want to make it hot on your end. And you know what I mean, dude be asking, yo, who keep hitting you up or whatever the case may be. And I don't want to be that dude on that end, the one hitting you up, making it seem like I'm thirsty. Point blank, period." That's what I told her. She was like, "Oh, you're smart." I said, "Yeah, I'm very smart. Very smart." Double back. She said, "Nah, you could do this." I was like, "All right." I text her again, no reply back. Cool. Never text her again. I don't play that game. She tried talking to me at work again. I said, "Nah, I'm good. Whatever, whatever." Just stop talking to her altogether. Because I could tell you playing the game. So now you're cut off. Deleted her number right away. All that. I don't play certain games, bro. I have two kids with a Mexican girl who was adopted by a white lady. Life been hell for the last 7 years. Like I said. So I'm also answering questions. Y'all know I sleep. All right, yeah, I got you, brother. And Carmela, great to see you in here tonight, sis. Thank you, bro. No, he said who you miss. I miss you, Carmela. Thank you for being in here. An honorable mother will sacrifice her inequalities for the sake of her children. Segregation. My genes won't change before they get served a fresh pair. DJ Meyer says I raised both my kids, had full custody of them, 16 and 18, but even grown women act like high school kids. But I agree with your 100%, dude. Yep. These grown women out here acting like teenagers still, bro. Mentally, some of them haven't grown up. A jaded female. Oh, yeah, for real. That's what. Playboy Adrian crazy. Southside Frost says a jaded female will be petty, even in the late stages of their life. Very petty, bro. Chanel Ennis says, "Hey, well, you at our next again tonight. You gotta chill, sir." Just kidding. What we talking about tonight? I know I went on a little bit of rant, but I gave some perspective from my side, talking about, a little bit of stories that I've been through. And the two cases that I gave, those are both black women, bro. I really don't date anything but black women, bro. So that's what I'm saying. I've had my fair share of dealing with certain black women that play that game. They play too many games, bro. Maybe I need to deal with older black women. I think that's the next route I need to go. I'm 38, you know what I mean? So I typically date younger than me, whether it be in their mid 30s, 30s. Uh One female I was dealing with, she was 27, 28. I don't go no lower than 25. I'm 48, dad of five. Did it completely by myself for the last 15 years. They are grown now, and my mom doesn't know them. And 60K behind in child support. God dang. Women in hypergamy, Saudi Arabia, knows what they are doing when it comes to chicks. And I'm not at y'all next too much. I'm just sharing certain experiences. The brother is trying to convince me to stay black privilege. He's saying stay black. It's in his name, black privilege, stay black. And I got him. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, my preference, black women, bro. brother. I'm losing hope, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. I'm losing hope, man. Especially, like I said, especially when you go overseas, bro. It's different. DJ Mayer says, and Zilla, peace to you, says hi. Um, they watch too much Real Housewives and mainstream slop and think all men are supposed to own a yacht and mansion. It is what it is, though. DJ Meyer, comparison is the thief of joy, and when you compare your circumstances to what everybody else got going on, especially towards social media standards, it'll take away exactly what may be right in front of your eyes because that person isn't living up to a certain standard or have certain things or materials. So women miss out. Some women miss out. Yo, some dudes is funny, yo. Tonio says, "Man, ain't nobody want you. You'll be surprised, brother. You'll be very surprised. You'll be very surprised who want me and who wants me back. That part. I don't play games, but I'm too busy working for any of that. Yeah, man. And that's another thing. Like my focus is somewhere else too. Like I'm not really on that type of time. And I just, you know, certain things catch my attention. But it's an attraction thing. I'm not chasing, I'm attracting. Try to date your age if you looking for peace, bro. Trust me. Find a BZ with no kids and on your path. Wes Craven says. Yeah, I date my age, bro. Like I said, date my age a little bit younger. 38. You know what I mean? I'll be 39 this year. So I date around my age. I don't go, you know what I mean? I don't go too crazy with that. But also I'm not looking for, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I'm not in like I'm not searching like that. I'm from Southside Chicago originally and I dated a cool black chick named Kim and she was cool, but I moved to Virginia. She was in the army. Yeah, I've come across, you know what I mean? You come across cool females, man, down to earth. You know, things happen. Relocation, you know what I mean? When life happens or, you know what I mean, life unexpectedcies, however it gotta go, shit happens. So, you know, you gotta move accordingly. If you're willing to do the long distance thing, once again, in any relationship, communication is key. But it also takes that sacrifice when it's long distance. Wes Craven says, never lost hope. Love who you love and see. Yeah, nah, I was just joking when I said I'm losing hope, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not losing hope in that sense of like I'm giving up on black women. It is my preference to be with a black woman, for real, for real. But I'm not gonna tie myself down when I know sometimes it may come with other things with these black women nowadays. So I'm single. I mean, I'm not tied to nobody, no relationship, so I get to do what I want. But I'm chilling, man. Make with Mike. The money country instead if the money team. And DJ Mayer says women are more traditional overseas. Grandmasters. I'm dealing with a Filipina who is 38, 4 years older than me, and even she plays those mental gymnastics of making you wait for their reply. I dropped her today. Damn, see, yo, so this is the thing. All right, so I got you now, Greg Masters. I don't, I don't, I don't play that game either, bro. Like I'm the same way. Like I'll drop it as soon as I get a hint that you playing mental gymnastics. I'm gone. Now you playing the game all by yourself. Good luck. What's craving? They think that shit off time. And yeah, this is live. I've been talking, so now the chat is gonna get backed up a little bit. So give me some practice some patience, guys, with me, and I'll catch up. I'll catch up to the chat. Hey, bro, I still support you. Hey, man, black privilege, man. I appreciate the support, bro. I'm not giving up, bro. I'm not giving up. But as a single man and living the lifestyle that I live happily and unapologetically, bro, I'm good right now on relationships, for real, for real. That's it. Greg Master says, so many other fishes in the sea. Tiffany says, how are you tonight? I'm doing great tonight. What's right with you? Most people don't want to build with Smith by your side. They want to just pull up and you're all done with the heavy lifting. Playboy Adrian, I got what you're saying. Playboy Adrian is saying women don't want to wait for dudes while they build themselves up. They don't want to wait. They don't want to, you know what I mean, wait while you in your grinding mode when you don't got the things that you need to get or acquire to make yourself comfortable or make that other said person comfortable enough to deal with you at that certain point in time. They rather deal with you when you got everything, when all the heavy lifting is done. That's when they want to come back and get with you. Sometimes it's too late because you'll find yourself now doubling back, and now you have to lower yourself down to that standard to mess with that said female. I left him on red. Don't play games too damn old. Yeah, DJ Meyer. I don't. Gun to Mike says, remove your hat if you're not bald. Gun to Mike, how about you do me this favor? Go over to my last couple lives and support those lives, and you'll see that I'm not bald. How about that? Thank you. As long as you have a little hope, then you have another chance at meeting a good woman. It's not lost with an ounce of hope left. Yeah, nah. I got you, Carmela. Chanel Anderson says, yeah, our community feels like it's going down the drain. I tell people all the time, you literally have a whole world of options when it comes to dating and marrying. USA is just a dot on the map. And Tiffany says, you look good for 39. I'm still 38. Well, I thank you. Thank you. I thank you for that. I turned 39 in July. So you close. Attract, not chase is key. The most important step a lot of people skip is that inner work. That's the that's very important. Yeah. Getting myself right, for real, for real. And you brothers as well. Getting yourself right before you step out into this dating world should come priority first. Just keep your faith in God, concentrate on your goals, and the right chick will come out of nowhere because you won't be looking. DJ Meyer also says, just, oh, I already read that. I was going to date chick 37 years old. She said she was waiting for marriage to put out. Got mad at me because I asked her if she was a virgin. No games. Yeah, DJ Meyer, I'm the same way, brother. I don't play that game either. That wait until marriage game. I've been on other lives saying the same thing too. Um, an actual female came on here and said she was waiting to get married, and I told her, I said, good luck. Don't, once again, if that's your standard, don't lower your standards just because of me and how I am or what I'm about to say. But I told her straight up, I said it's gonna be a rare thing, a real man who has built something, and he's already at that level, who has money, status, good looks, and stuff like that. It's gonna be hard to find. It's gonna be very hard to find in this day and age, especially with access. That comes with access too to different women. So I said you have to find someone once again on your level. It's on that same type of timing. She said she goes to church and stuff like that. So I said, good luck. But I don't play that. I'll let you know right away. I'm not doing that. And how, if you get mad, you get mad. But who are you really mad at, me or yourself? That's your standard. So stick true to that. Don't get mad at me because you cannot control me with that. And that's why she got mad because she could not control you with that. couldn't possess you with those standards. And, you know, some women hate what they can't have. They'll start to hate you at that point. At the core, no matter what color, most women play that same game. Seven Swords said. OG Kicks, man. I appreciate you, bro. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Thanks, that guy. Thank you for that. I don't know who you're exactly talking to, but thank you. Can you sing? Oh man. Chanel Anderson says men say women don't want to deal with you while you are building, but what happened to men prioritizing getting yourself together before finding women? Right. It should be priorities to bring your best self to the table. And that's why that's what I actually encourage, Chanel Anderson. Get yourself right for real. And it's not just a physical thing, but mentally. Your mental health has to be in order. Heal from whatever mental hurdles or battles that you have to heal from, because no woman wants a mentally unstable, weak man. And then also your spirit. Your spirit says, you know what I mean? A lot about you, how you move in spirit. You got to come correct. But when we're dealing with also the financial side of the game, men haven't really, built themselves up in that manner. But once we really focus on